there was a time I really thought me and him was on the opposite side. I'm like, damn, Soulja, why? Like niggas fuck with you. Like, what's up with this other shit? And I realized, oh, it ain't nothing but hustling.
Yeah. Just working hard.
Like, I ain't gonna shame you for just being an entrepreneur because you got a brand.
Yeah.
First, I'm like, and then I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna bring it up on the shit though. I'm gonna bring it up because I'm like, I watch our shit and I remember you say, yo, it's my first product. And I'm like, I remember I was going so hard on it because, like, you know, sometimes the internet, like, I'm fueled by that a little bit too. I'm like, damn, this nigga Soulja. I'm like, is this nigga really keeping it real? Is he just trying to scam niggas? And I'm like,
yeah.
I get in a position, I'm like, ain't you an entrepreneur?
Gang.
Hey, when I told Spotify I was coming here, they said, okay, we got these beautiful studios. They sent me the pictures. Yeah. Then they sent me all the stipulations. This is what we need. They said before anybody could show up, Soulja Boy could only come with 3 people. There's no smoking in the building.
Nah.
Soulja Boy got to take a COVID test.
Nah.
He got to be vaccinated. And I looked up and I said, this ain't hip hop. It ain't gonna work.
No, you know I gotta have it.
It ain't gonna work.
No.
For real though.
Gotta smoke. Gotta have my people with me.
So instantly I said, fuck. I'm like, how am I gonna do this shit?
Yeah.
And then I hit you because I'm like, yo, I'm about to. That's when I realized we not that different. You know why? Because I'm like, damn. The same way how the thing is, I was criticizing Soulja about it though.
Yeah.
Nigga, what's up with this video game shit? What you doing? But then I realized, nigga, sometimes it ain't paved the right way for people of our skin complexion and people of our color to just do it on the right way up and up. Yeah. But we ain't trying to finesse. We trying to be businessmen.
Exactly.
So okay, cool. You might not get, for this particular game, you have like 15 organizations that got to co-sign it.
Yeah.
We only might have 3, but like we just can't wait the time.
Yeah.
And I realized, I'm like, damn, I might be too hard on them. And I realized how I move. I'm like, I told Spotify, I said, chill. And I found a good dope ass nigga. And I said, yo, just rock with me. I said, yo, I hit him today. You was on live today. I hit him today. I said, yo, yeah, you gotta. I don't know if you do it, but link me up with somebody who can fuck with some mobile shit.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie to you. That's one of the things that, you know, I think people seen when you came on Everyday Struggle.
Yeah.
And really, the best thing about that is like
I need a lighter and some scissors.
We ain't being fake about it.
Yeah.
Because what I thought then, I was like, yo, hold on, let me figure out this nigga Soulja on some like, I'm like, don't tell me this nigga down bad just trying to scam niggas.
Nah.
That's what I was thinking. That's the whole time. I'm like, nigga, I remember, nigga.
No.
Yo, I seen the clips a million times. You like, yo, when I showed you a screenshot, you be like, yo, I never seen this in my life. Yo, listen to this. Yo, I seen it a million times. I'm like, why would Soulja need to do it? Soulja.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be honest with you, on an entrepreneur independent level, I get to realize the way how Sony, Microsoft, the way how those big companies move.
Yeah.
If you really want your homie to turn what they trying to do into what Diddy turned his operation into Revolt, you got to understand he gonna have to maybe do a little world star shit. That's how it go.
That's how it go.
You got to believe in your people and not call them scammers.
Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
I took that. I took that with you.
Come on, man. You got to start.
Nah, I took that with you. Nah, I'm going to be honest with you. And like, you know.
Black-owned business.
And it's no bullshit. No nothing. It's like, I remember just thinking about, I'm like, damn. I was so hard on you, I didn't even want to believe you, even if you was telling the truth.
I remember that.
Even if you was telling the truth, I didn't want to believe you.
I remember that. It was to the point.
I had my mind made up.
Yeah. It was to the point where I just couldn't say nothing. Like, I'm like, damn.
Yo, I had my mind made up. I seen they were like, oh, they had reports of like, oh, we were tracking people who claimed which, to be honest, let me ask you a question right now.
Yeah.
You know, it all plays in my mind. I'm like, yo, I ordered some lights for my spot, like where I have my studio at. I was trying to get a car. I know you got a mad car. We gonna talk about it. But I looked at it and I said, yo, this nigga, I was like, yo, you know what they tell me? Well, we got a chip shortage, so right now we can't really do that, blah, 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 blah. But I'm gonna give them the pass. When it was you, ain't nobody give you the
No
pass.
pass, yeah.
It was like you scamming.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I realize it's more of our mentality. We don't want to believe our black brothers doing some shit that's actually hustling and,
Yeah.
you know, being a good businessman. Not trying to rip people off. Because
Yeah.
people do that. But, like,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people,
Nah,
like, you know what I mean?
I ain't trying to rip
like,
nobody off.
if you, I don't know, even if you, like, you know what I mean? All right, say you grab, like, a pair of shoes and, like, you custom design it, but you selling it on a legit level, just showing you selling the customization,
Yeah.
you're a businessman.
Yes.
But when it comes to black people,
Oh, yeah.
so I walked into that interview though, I was like, yo, this nigga on some shit. I'm like, yo, nigga, I was in there to prove you wrong.
Right,
but I
right.
told everybody, I said, let Soulja be Soulja. I want to clap back if you want to.
Right.
That was about 3 years ago.
2019.
Nowadays, when I look at it, I'm like, maybe this nigga wasn't that crazy though.
Nah, man, come on, man. Do no capping, man. All I did was tell the truth, spit the facts. Video game console is here. Soulja Boy game.
There was a time, I was trying to see the console at that time. I think he had a prototype rocking with.
Let's call it prototype. It was the prototype.
Now
but
I've seen you playing so much games on here. I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Viral.
But you know, I talked to Pete earlier this week. This was the whole thing I even talked to him about. I said, yo, listen, because he talked to me and he was like, yo, listen, a lot of stuff you said about Lil Durk and Lil Baby's tour was right at first. But we realized, like, people do fuck with it. There's a lot of walk-ups, this, that, and third. Like, people told us to cancel it. We ain't canceling shit. It was a success. And he said, yo, we just want to give you the facts that we get what you were saying. We didn't think you was hating.
Right.
But now you know the facts. You could be fair if you were trying to be fair. And this is where it comes with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I was on Soulja's ass back in 2019.
Yeah.
I was like, Soulja, stop capping with it. Stop capping with the game. Stop capping with all this type of shit, right?
Yeah.
But turns out,
it's legit.
two and a half years later.
We lit, man. You know what I'm saying? The #1 newest selling game console of 2021. The highest, newest selling game console. It's legit.
What's your strategy these days?
Just be myself. Be myself, bro. You feel me? Like, I feel like I'm Soulja. And that's what the people fell in love with in the first place. Crank that Soulja Boy, SouljaBoyTum.com, turn my swag on. Like, they just fell in love with me. It wasn't necessarily like the music. They fell in love with my music too after the fact that they fell in love with me first. They knew about Soulja Boy before anything, you know what I'm saying? YouTube. I was the first rapper on YouTube. So, like, they fell in love. So I was just like, I just got to be myself. I'm like, all right.
Why'd you adopt that whole thing about, like, yo, I'm the first. Like, yo, the only reason I'm asking this question, you had a stint already, that whole time you were like, yo, Tiger, that nigga had the biggest comeback. Y'all niggas really sleeping on me. Drake, like, you did all that, right? I felt like niggas finally, you're one of the only people who are living legends that was able to say, y'all not giving me my credit. And niggas came back in and said, you right. They admitted it. Everybody.
Yeah.
You're right. You got the credit. But you came back around to start pointing shit out like, yo, nigga, I'm the first nigga who did this. Why?
Because people started doing stuff that I did and then acting like it was special to me, if that makes sense. So it kind of was like a negative thing that I turned into a positive, if that makes sense.
So people were doing shit like what?
Just anything that you can name. Doing songs with rappers, I been did that.
I remember.
Fucking groupie bitches, I been did that. Fucking famous bitches.
You're not the first one to do that, Soulja. Stop it.
I didn't say I was the first to do it. I said I been did it before the nigga that I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Certain people that I was talking about. So it's like I did this shit before y'all, and it kind of went from like I been did it like a long time ago to now like, okay, I was the first to do this. It really started with YouTube. That was the first thing. It started with YouTube.
Yo, when you first said it, I ain't gonna lie, Soulja. I had a little ego. I was like, fuck this nigga Soulja Boy talking about. I was doing the Googles. I'm like, you say, yo, Soulja did a video. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, we just did, who was our last interview? No, actually, I was on No Jumper yesterday. When I'm on No Jumper, a nigga asked me, he say, yo, Ak, why you start showing off the crib? You start showing off the cars. you start showing so you got something. I said, to keep it real, niggas wasn't really even thinking about me like that. But one day, cause I ain't gonna lie, my nigga Soulja popped up on the gram and he said, yo, I just bought a $6 million crib. And I ain't even gonna lie to you, I was looking at rap in a different space. And we gonna get to it because I was looking at it, well, the money gotta go to all the guys who we talk about all the time. I'm not thinking about contracts and third. Soulja can't afford no shit like that. I'm Googling. I put some shit up. And Soulja snapped on my ass. That nigga say, yo, Akademiks, you living in your mama's crib. You got an Xbox and a dusty-ass laptop. And I ain't gonna lie to you, that whole shit is sat with me. Even though, truth be told, I understood where you were coming from years later.
Right.
So, like, yo, everybody who watching this, 100%, I'm telling you, this is not because me and him linked up again. Me and Soulja Boy seeing each other. He asked me to do verses. We're going to talk about that, too.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Which was viral. We killed that shit.
Viral.
I appreciate you, too, again.
Of course, nigga.
Coming through for me.
Soulja, what space were you in then compared to now? Because I feel like now, like, you're in a good space.
Yeah. I was in...
That was before you went back to jail.
You talking about when we did verses or back when the...
Back then, because remember you also got locked up? Like, niggas, like, niggas don't really realize, because remember after a while, you got locked up, you came back out, and niggas was like, yo, what's Soulja on? Why you not on the same shit? Because you were beefing with a mad niggas right before you went in.
Right.
What mind state were you on in that time?
So around that time, bro, I was just really wigging out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still was, like, focused, like, on chasing my dreams and trying to accomplish my dreams, but it was like I was jumping through mad hurdles, though. Like...
But why, though? You're accomplished. Like, why even do some shit like, yo, y'all niggas saying Big Soulja ain't from the hood, or y'all niggas be like, yo, this new nigga want to beef with me or whatever the case is. Why do that? You Soulja Boy. Like, nigga, you know what you done accomplished. Why at that point? Niggas usually take their money and retire. They go do, like, you know what I mean, invest in crypto, Silicon Valley or something like that. Why was you still on it?
So it's like two things, right? It's like, one is like, I don't want to word it the wrong way. I don't want to say I was too deep in the streets because niggas in the comments going to be like, well, you was in the street, you went in the street.
Soulja taught that
so
shit,
it wasn't I was too deep in the streets, but it was like I was keeping it too real. It was to the fact where, like, I wasn't even moving like a celebrity. Like, I was moving like a street nigga, like a trapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, but like, that's...
Did you feel like any time, like, niggas was almost kind of looking at you like, it's Soulja Boy, ain't no way he really on that. So you was like, all right, nigga, if y'all don't think I'm on that, somebody try me.
I don't really think it was like that. Well, yeah, you right. Because I feel like when that whole situation went down, like when I was younger, like that changed me as a person already. So I felt like after that...
What situation was you talking about?
The shootout.
Yeah, yo, I seen you on live talk about it. You gave a whole new... I never seen... I'm glad you even said that, because me as a fan, I've never thought about that in me analyzing how you changed.
Yeah.
So some people be like, yo, well, Soulja Boy used to be the guy who made kid-friendly songs. Now he's trying to be some tough gangster, or now he's super aggressive. Why is that the case? And when I watched that, I said, fuck. We not realizing how real shit is changing you.
Yeah. So it was kind of like after that situation happened, that already changed me all together as an individual. So it was kind of like after that, it was just like, you know, already dealing with that and kind of like pushing it to the back of my head, not really giving a fuck about it, but it still was kind of like, you know, altering my image. Like you said, the tattoos, the lyrics, the shit I was doing. So that kind of affected me as a person. But even though that's who I was the whole time, but I never tried to bring that to the forefront. I just tried to promote positivity for the kids. Like, even if I was doing anything outside of music, I would not try to
you wouldn't put it in
let
music.
nobody know about it. But it was kind of like, after the shootout happened, it was kind of like I was forced to bring it to the forefront because they kept asking me about it in interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even really want to talk about it. I ain't really, like, it was really kept, like, low-key under wraps as much as we could. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the media, like, my label, like, at the time, Interscope, they tried to, like, do as much as they could to just still keep my kid-friendly image. But when I kept doing interviews, they kept asking me about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, I was trying to explain it, in a way to ignore the question. Like I ain't really want to say what happened. So kind of like when I finally really came out and said it, some people didn't really believe it because they were like, why we ain't hear about it? Like why I wasn't really promoted that much back then.
Until niggas actually seen the niggas come out and say, he ain't lying.
On gang. So it's like, you know, we're dealing with that and still trying to chase my dreams as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I still want to rap. I still love music. So it's like, that's when it come with me hanging with street niggas or, you know, just getting more involved with the culture.
Is that before or after? Because, you know, like, you know, when people even see you later on and you were like, yo, you fuck with, like, you know, certain particular neighborhoods in California, they're like, nah, I thought it was like Atlanta. Like, is at that point you kind of like, man, I know I'm making some kid-friendly music, but like, man, I'm not really, that's not my mentality outside of the booth. So now you start getting to other shit type shit.
I mean, I've been like banging and shit since I was a teenager. That ain't nothing new. Like I was banging since before I got a record deal.
Why you never put in the music before though?
I did, you know what I'm saying?
It never popped off.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's the shit that's like underground or the shit that my real fans know about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The big shit is like my big singles and shit like that. But it's like I've been making that type of music since I was 14. Like my first song was shooting shit, gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? My first song was called Ready for War. You know what I'm saying? I was 14, you know what I'm saying? Soulja Boy ain't no toy, ready for war any time of day. But like that shit never blew up. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple years later when I was 16, Crank that blew up. The dancing shit blew up. So it's like the dancing and that shit overshadowed that shit. Nobody never heard about none of that shit.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of like once I was famous and had more fans, then I started dropping that shit again. And it's like, damn, they thought it was new, but it really was like I've been rapping like that. But it was like I only decided to rap like that again because of the shit happened. You know, after the shootout, I was like, damn, if I keep rapping like about dancing and shit, they gonna keep trying me, you feel me? So I was like, I didn't want to keep having to shoot niggas or keep having to get tried. So I was like, I had to let niggas know, like.
You know, and I've heard you describe that shit mad times in terms of how it went down, so that's not what I'm asking you about. Like, what did you think, like, a lot of people don't realize the mental trauma behind that shit. Somebody running up in your crib, you know what I mean? Like, the probably just anxiousness you probably got to live your life with. Like, even if you move out of that crib and you go to somewhere else, how that change you as a person?
It just really just have you on defense mode. Like, really don't trust nothing, you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like it puts you in a box, like a messed up position because, like, I'm an artist. I have to be social. I have to be around people. I have to have people at my house, and I have to, you know, socialize with people and shit like that. But it's like after a situation like that, you kind of like just don't trust nobody. You don't want nobody at your house. You think about stuff.
You think everybody trying to set you up almost?
Yeah.
Did you ever get like paranoid and kind of almost start acting on it type shit?
Not paranoid, but just ready for whatever at all times, anytime. So where people be looking at me like I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we being, but it's kind. I'm so happy with the place that I'm at now. Like I feel like, bro, like I evolved so much. Like I didn't even want to like, bro, I be in the mall or just be out somewhere and just be just on bullshit. Who this nigga right here? Watch that car right there. Who this? What's that? What going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, but it's a good thing and a bad thing because it have you on point. But I just feel like I be too on point.
Yo, the reason why I even say that to you, because, you know, I remember one of my last interviews, and actually, I believe his last interview as well. Yo, I interviewed King Von right before he died, probably maybe like a week. And I'm talking to him, and he's in New York. He's not in Chicago, nothing like that. But every time I'm talking to him, he looking over his shoulder, he looking out the window. Somebody walk by, I could tell he looking, he's in the car. And I kept saying to him, I'm like, yo, bro, you in a whole nother city. Ain't nobody got problems with you. This ain't Chicago. And he was just telling me, he was like, yo, listen, I've been through shit. And it was kind of almost like PTSD, and I was kind of wondering, like, what was that doing to him? But I could tell, like, he was always on, like, he couldn't even focus. So, like, it's kind of like a little bit of what you're describing, where, like, your head's on a swivel, and, you know what I mean? People might think, like, yo, what's wrong with this nigga? When in reality, you're like, man, y'all don't know what I've been through, right?
Yeah. And it get deep, though, like, you know, but, you know, it's a good thing and a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like now, I be like, I don't know, I just be proud of myself now. Like, I'll put up in a Lambo truck and just walk outside by myself. Walk down the sidewalk. Like, I go to the mall, just go shopping. Go to the jail.
When did you let that go? Was it like, I felt like after your recent arrest, you kind of like,
Yeah.
like you were like, yo, I don't gotta get it. Not because before then, I ain't gonna lie, you, like, all that shit, you were the nigga who was showing shit on Instagram Live that niggas was like, no way he showing it. No way he keeping it like this. To the point that, like, I think people really thought, like, you were just fabricating until they seen you arrested, like, oh, shit. And then, of course, you probably saw on the other side where people call you stupid, like, yo, why would he do that?
Yeah.
How'd you take that shit? Because these are real reactions.
I mean, it was a learning experience. That's what I can say. Like, I learned a lot from that. Just going to jail them couple times. My first time going to jail. So, I'm gonna break it down to you, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I've been in jail a lot of times in my career. And every time that I went to jail, I get out the same day or maybe the next morning. Maybe spend the night in jail and probably, like, so I never really, like, got the experience of jail like that. You know what I'm saying? I get out quick and just be like, whatever. So, over the course of my career, going to jail so many times, when I got locked up in 2017, that's when it kind of like the pressure was put on me to where like I got 5 years probation. I was facing 20 years.
Was that off of the weapons you were showing on IG? Because
Yeah.
I still don't know, how did they get you?
I got locked up for a Draco and a 30 clip. There's legal in California. Assault rifle is illegal and an extended magazine is illegal.
Were you in but like you were showing, yo, I never forget the video. I was like, yo, Soulja the cleanest and the most swagged out gangster. Drake, yo, this nigga Draco say, yo, I got the Draco in the Bushimi bag. I didn't even know what the Bushimi was. I had to Google this joint. And I see you, I said, yo, this nigga is on a different level.
Yeah. Nah, just wildin', man. Just wildin'.
So that brought the attention of the police.
Yes.
Okay. Because, by the way, you know, I gave you compliments. I love how you talk shit now, but you ain't pulling out no weapons. Matter of fact, you don't even talk about nobody specific. If a nigga catch feelings about what you saying, they have to already have some hatred against you.
Exactly.
And by the way, it still has the same effect because people like you popping your shit.
Right.
So back then, the police saw that.
Yeah.
And then how did that even happen? It just,
So, it was just like, I was just active on social media doing a lot of crazy shit, wilding with weapons, and they came and searched my house. You know, they came and raided my house. The police raided my house. But
the moment they showed
let me
up,
tell the full story.
Are you like,
let me
oh,
tell
shit?
the full story so that the fans and you understand.
Yeah.
Cause so they're gonna be like, they just looked at his live and came and raided the house. So now, boom. I was driving in the car a long time ago. I had a pistol in the car. I got pulled over, caught a pistol charge. I got 1 year probation. On the last day of my probation, when I was finna get off, that's when like I brought attention to myself from doing all that shit on social media with the Dracos and all that. That brought attention to myself too. They was like, hold on. And they, they looked me up and they say, hold on, he got 1 more day of probation. But they were gonna do this anyway. On your last day of probation, they do a check on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Check up on you.
Oh, no, that just seems foul.
On your last day of probation. So I was on I did 364 days. On 364 day, my last day.
Your last fucking day.
They raided my house that morning. And they found the Draco and they found so I caught a charge while on probation. So that's why I was even more. If I would have been off of probation, it would have been a little better. But I caught the charge, man. That was it, bro. Like, they gave me 5 years. I was facing 20 years. They gave me 5 years probation and 240 days community service. And that's what kind of like brought pressure on me. That's when kind of like niggas seen me slow down. I wasn't really posting as much because they gave me so many stipulations.
You did some jail time though. How long was that?
That was before that. So we gonna get to that. So they gave me the 5 year probation. They gave me 240 day community service. During that 5 year probation, the stipulations was I can't have no guns. I can't have no firearms. I can't have no fake guns. I can't have no.
You can't have a water pistol.
I can't even have replica guns, toy guns, real guns.
BB gun, nothing like that.
No type of gun. I cannot say a rapper name in a violent way or threaten. I cannot threaten.
You can't do that.
I cannot threaten a rapper. Bro, it get deep. Like, I really want to expose some shit, but we gonna save it like for my movie or something. But I'm gonna say it like this. It was rapper's name.
The court told you pretty much can't beef with no nigga.
Yeah.
You fucking lying.
For 5 years. For 5 years. So that's why when I kind of got out.
The courts don't got that much power.
They do. They'll lock you up. If you say it, if I would have got on, like, say, if I would have say after that, when they gave me the stipulations, if I would have just went back the next day and be like, man, fuck them niggas and fuck that,
Yeah.
they would have came and locked me up. So my stipulation was no guns. Think about this: no guns, cannot threaten another rapper, and I think that was it. That was my 2 stipulations. Oh no, let me chill, bro. That had it bad. I could not travel outside of the California without telling them where I was going and checking in and getting approval for it. So mind you, I was getting $100,000 show offers, $80,000 show offers, tour offers, and it was slowing my money down because I had to go to them and get a damn permission slip damn near every time I go, like check in with the police.
Yeah.
So it was bad, bro. So that was slowing down. My videos were slowing down because all my videos I show guns in them. That's how I was getting all my views.
Yeah.
So goddamn, I can't show guns. That take my views down. I can't diss no rapper. That's how I get my views too.
So you get
I
lit.
can't diss a rapper. I can't show guns. And I can't go do my shows without telling the police
So
exactly
they trying
what
to tell
I'm
you don't be a rapper. You can't be no rapper no more.
They were bad.
What the fuck did you like at that point? Like just mind state wise, are you like, yo, man, I just got to get up on under this, or are you like, yo, man, if I got to find a way around it because if I do this shit, my career finna be over. Even though you Soulja, but like, shit, they pretty much giving you a time limit where you can't really affect people how you want to do it.
Yeah, I just kept going. I was like, man, I ain't show no guns in my videos. I checked in every time I had a show. Some shows most of my shows they approve, you know what I'm saying? But some it'll just be kind of like time limit. Cause like I'm the type of rapper where they'll call me 2 days before. It might be a Friday night, and they may like, yo, we got 100,000 for him to come Saturday or Sunday, and it's the weekend. The PO office closed. They only open Monday through Friday. I gotta actually go there physically, get the paper. It was just a movie, bro. So I'm losing show money. It was just a movie, bro.
So is this after you got, because when you got out of jail, you were so
This
quiet.
ain't none of that. This before this. Okay, let me tell you the timeline.
So this before you went in jail.
2017, I got locked up the first time and got out on bail the next day. I went to court like a little bit later on, they gave me the 5 years probation. So from 2017 to up until this point, it been the last 5 years of probation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking 240-day community service. Boom. I went to jail in 2019. April 2019, I went to jail because I violated that 5-year probation.
How?
They searched my house and found bullets.
Randomly?
Why they searched my house for? The probation.
Bullets could actually make you violate, not the guns, just bullets.
I can't have guns or ammo. You can't have guns or ammo.
This gotta be some Cali shit, man. You gotta go back. You gotta go to Florida, Georgia. You gotta go back to Georgia, nigga.
I know you can't have guns or ammo.
What?
So they found. I ain't had no guns. They found.
Who was you beefing with that? Because it looked like whoever was kind of watching. And I always tell people like, yo, the feds check social media. Like that's the thing that gonna give them the tip of what's going on. Because if you dissing a nigga, you might have some shit on you to defend yourself. And really, they're not thinking about you having to defend yourself. They said, we're going to come in and grab you acting like you finna do a crime. Right?
You're right.
So 2019, who's you going at in 2019?
April 2019, I wasn't even beefing with nobody in 2019. That's the thing. All my beef was like years before that. The first time I got locked up, that's when I was beefing with like damn near the whole rap game. But goddamn 2019, I was cool and I had the biggest comeback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't beefing with nobody.
Yeah.
I was just going viral. I was dropping songs. I said to Drake, but Drake, that's my boy. We wasn't beefing. And it was no beef. Like all my real beefs, I wasn't beefing with nobody.
Oh shit, I remember that time. Yo,
I wasn't beefing with nobody.
Viral.
I was just viral. That's it.
The only thing, but that wasn't even nothing. It was